What's up, loungers? I hope everybody is doing as great as I am this afternoon. Listen, guys, we are not going to be very long today. We're not going to have a real long, drawn out live stream today. But I did want to give you guys some of my thoughts on the regards to Kip and the behind the scenes stuff that has come out and everything. Hold on, guys. Okay. And everything that is going on with that situation. Okay. There is a lot of stuff that has come out this week in regards to Kip. Okay. Stuff that, we did not know about. A lot of us did not know about. Some of us say that they knew, but, most of us did not know about a lot of this stuff. And I definitely wanted to talk about this and kind of give you guys my thoughts on this. And, whether or not Kip can even recover from this and if he can even show his face around here anymore. Okay. So y'all sit back and relax. Make sure y'all enjoy the ride. We are about to get into it. And like I said, I do not plan on holding y'all very long today. It is Saturday, and I definitely wanted to chill. It is my weekend. So, I don't plan on being out here real long. But let's get into it, guys. Hey, Ray, I hope you're doing well today, and Miss Thangs, and everybody that's in the clouds as well. Definitely appreciate you guys for being in the building, some of my members, as well as my mods, and everybody else that's in the clouds, and everybody that will catch the replay. I definitely appreciate you guys as well. I always, first off, also want to appreciate everybody who always supports the channel, whether you support through Cash App or you support through Super Chat. I always appreciate that, and thank you all for those wonderful donations that you guys always send. It doesn't matter what it is. To me, a free, simple like is perfect enough for me. You don't even have to send me anything. But for those that choose to do that, I really, truly do appreciate you guys. And thank you guys so much for that. Shout out to the highest tier members that are able to see pictures of the grandbaby. Definitely appreciate you guys and all the support that you guys give for those videos and photos and stuff. And I've got a new barrage of pictures to send you guys. So, and I even got a video for you guys too of her swimming. So shout out to that. Okay. And you guys just definitely look forward to that. The members, I had planned on having the true crime video out today. More than likely, it'll be tomorrow. I'm just not going to do it today. So more than likely, it'll be tomorrow. If not early, definitely early next week. Okay. But shout out to you guys for always hanging in there and always supporting Assist. And I always appreciate you guys. Hey, Charles, I appreciate you for being in the building today as well. Listen, guys, I'm not going to be very long. I just have a couple of thoughts in regards to this situation with Kip and his behind the scenes drama. The biggest thing I want to say is shout out to Raw motherfucking B. Okay. Now, if it wasn't for Raw B, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. If it was not for Raw B, and I'm gonna say a few things in regards to that. But if it wasn't for her, there's a lot of stuff about Kip that I would not be aware of. Okay. Now I want to say this, and I want to say this in wake of the show that we had last night. Shout out to Drama. You had a great show. Definitely appreciated that. I loved all the graphics and all the stuff, all the laughter and the jokey jokes and everything that came out with that yesterday. But I was a bit perturbed about one particular part of the show. And that was when you had mentioned that the information that Raw B had, that she dropped on the sector after finding out that Kip was talking about her on a Monday. And then on a Wednesday or a Thursday, she is dropping to the sector the entire clip of this man's life, okay? And everything that's going on, from all his debts to all the child support that he owes as a grandparent, okay? But yet he owes child support. I've never heard of that, but yeah. And then we've got, where he sold this house and with cash, and he only got a certain amount out of it, how much debt this man is in, and all this stuff. But yet he comes out here projecting all this same bullshit on the men of the sector and even some of the women of the sector, and all this other stuff, doxing different people and doing different things. But yet he has all this on his background. I'm talking about burglary, all kinds of stuff that was on the background. Okay. Raw was able to be in our sector, guys, for less than a year. She has been here for maybe 8 months at best, right? 7 months. Now, she's hung out with a lot of us. She's rubbed shoulders with me. She's rubbed shoulders with Dee Durrell. She's rubbed shoulders with Bombay and others within other spaces and doing other things. So she's never really been a part of our sector until recently. And for her to come into the sector and to be able to drop that information to the sector the way that she did, that was, you got to hand her props for that. Okay. I mean, you really got to, it's hands off to that. It's hats off to that. I, definitely appreciate that. And it's definitely a salute to her for doing that. Okay. Shout out to her for dropping that information, because it turns out that this nigga that's been in the mix of us is a really dangerous ass individual, right? With all the bullshit that he's been behind and all the shit that he has done and all the things that he's been a part of and the type of shadiness that he is, right? It just doesn't make sense to me that anybody who is as close to our sector as some of us have been would have that same information and wouldn't just drop it to the sector, right? I don't understand what we're waiting on. At this point, if you have bombs and stuff that you need to release about Kip, I think it's time to put it out. I'm not sure why we're kind of like spoon feeding each other with baby spoons information about this dangerous ass nigga, okay, who obviously has been working with the AFWs behind the scenes, right? Let's be real. Let's be 100% real about this. We're no longer going to pretend we're not doing this forestry, this we in the enchanted forest. We're not doing that no more. At the end of the day, the real thing is this man has been a very dangerous individual working behind the scenes with the likes of people like Anti-Afro Svengali, okay, who has definitely doxed the entire sector, who has tried to come up with people's job information, people's family information, and all these other things, okay? At what point do we find this to be a priority to put this information out? We have had show after show after show after show just kind of spoon feeding little bits of information to people, and most of the information never connects dots and it doesn't make sense, right? Here's my thing, and I love you, drama. I ain't got no problem with you or nothing. All I'm saying is, last night, after Raw B's epic show, after that epic receipt show that she put out, I expected you to come with the same amount of epicness, like to have something even higher than that, right? Because you have told us that you have a lot of information, right? That you have gotten this information, that you've been sitting on this. And it would have been fine if you hadn't said last night, I've been sitting on this same information for a year and a half. Why would you not tell us? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we waiting on? I'm not sure what we're waiting on. If you're so sure about this information, let us know what's going on. I love you to death. I love all of y'all. And I think every single one of us have a lot to contribute to the sector. But at the end of the day, we got to be honest, right? Y'all saying that you have this information and that this is, stuff that could be useful to the people of the sector so that we don't find ourselves going back and forth through this. Because if you had perhaps provided that information to us a year and a half ago, or even a year ago, right? Or even 6 months ago, we might not all be in the same situation that we're kind of in. Some of the people that have gone through some things, right? Like their jobs being called and different things like that, may not have gone through those things if that information had been released. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's like anything. If you just know that somebody's in the line of fire, are you going to just leave them in the line of fire knowing that you have pertinent information that could save them in that situation? That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that we owe each other that. I'm not saying that we all actually have to be looking out for each other and putting each other first and all this other stuff. But what I'm not going to do is come out here and tell you that I have all this information that I'm going to release over time. But then another person comes into the sector and what I claim I have, they can release to me within 48 hours. Do you understand what I'm saying? If that can happen, then anything and everything that you have at this point, and that goes with anybody that has information in regards to this situation, it's time to put it out. We got to stop throwing breadcrumbs out and throwing little puzzle pieces out and hoping that maybe one day you'll get the other pieces and maybe one day you'll figure that out and all this other stuff. And I'll say why. Because at this point, it's been about a 2 or 3 year period that we've been talking about this. And like I said, it took Raw B less than 48 hours after being here for 8 months, right? 8 months at best, okay? If we got that information, put it out here. It's time. This is the time to do it. This would be the time to drop all the bombs, to let everybody know what's going on, to let everybody see where all the bodies are, to let everybody know everything that you know. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the sector is moving on, okay? The sector is doing other things. We're talking about stuff, you know, even in other sectors. We're talking about news stories within the sector. We're talking about building other things within the sector. It's time to move on from the skip story, from everything that happened behind the scenes with Money to Burn or not with Money to Burn or with any of these other women, right? Because there's a couple other women, right? And we know this, but these are things we already know. These are things we've already talked about. You understand? We've already had these discussions. This is nothing new. So nothing you said last night, Drama, was new. Everything you said, we know, okay? And the fact that but the stuff that Raw B told us, that was new, okay? That was all 100% new to me. I didn't know anything about this man having domestic violence cases against him. I didn't know anything about this man having 3 divorces with 3 domestic violence cases at least, having burglaries, all these other things. This same guy is the man that's doxing women behind the scenes. Not every woman is as tough as me, right? Not every woman might be able to stand up for herself, right? We might be able to save a woman or save a situation from happening if we actually tell each other what's going on. I no longer want to be spoon-fed with the baby spoon, little bits of carrots and little bits of peas and mashed up potatoes. I don't want that. I want the meat, the steak, the bloody steaks, right? And the potatoes. I want that. I want the corn. I want the corn husk. I want something that's going to stick to my stomach. Because like I said, Raw B, she dropped a whole motherfucking buffet on my table. You understand me? I had the steak, I had the chicken, I had the turkey, I had the stuffing, I had the macaroni and cheese, I had the string beans, I had the corn, I had the candied yams, I had everything from that 2-hour show that she happened to pull up within 48 hours of that nigga fucking with her. You understand what I'm trying to say, y'all? That's all I'm saying. It's time for us to give each other the actual meat of situations. And you know, it's okay if we don't know, right? Because like I said, there's a lot of shit I really didn't fucking know about that man. You understand what I'm saying? There was stuff I thought I knew. And then I turned out, after seeing all this, I didn't know shit about this nigga. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's actually okay to not be in the know. It's actually okay to not have all the information, right? But if you have information that you claim is pertinent to the sector, that the sector should know, why aren't we putting that out there? at this point. Like I said, the sector has moved on to new things. We're talking about new stories. We're talking about new storylines. This Kip story is dead. It's done. Last night would have been the epic time for anything that any of y'all had to say it, to put it on there, to put it out there. So, and it didn't happen because, like I said, everything that was said is a repeat of things we've heard in the past year or so. Some of this stuff we've known for almost 2 years, right? But most of the stuff that Raw B talked about, most of us did not know. And then that's a fact. That's the truth. So shout out to her for definitely giving us that. But again, like I said, if we got information, right? If we got information out here, we got stuff to be putting out here to the sector, put it out to the sector. Just put it out to us. Just give it to us. Give me the shit, for goodness sake. Okay? And that's really what I got to say about it. I don't really have much else to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised. My whole surprise stuff after I fell on the floor, after getting hit over the head with the whole buffet table the other day from Raw B, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty much kind of like over it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. We got what we got. We got the information we needed. We know what we need to know. You know what I'm saying? And now it's time to move on. But if you have something else, please don't wait another 2 weeks to tell me. Please don't wait another month to tell me. Please don't wait another year to tell me, because the story is dead. At this point, it really doesn't matter. We have completely dismantled General Kip. It's over for him. Okay? So there isn't anything else at this point. If it didn't come out last night, or if it didn't come out in Raw's show the other day, what else do we need? We don't really need anything else. It doesn't matter who else he was talking to at this point either. Let's be real. Does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Not in the long scheme of things, because everybody is moving on. And we know who the culprit is. And we know who he works for. And that's just all it is. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go through y'all comments, and then I'm actually going to end the show. I definitely do appreciate all of you for being in the building. Let's see here. Hey, Clark, I appreciate you being in the building. Let me go up here a little bit higher because I see some other people in here too. Oh, Hood Conservative, definitely appreciate you for being in the building, bro, as well as Relationship Nursing. Definitely appreciate you as well. Shiny Object, you said, come on, T-Pre, we all knew he was weird, child. Okay. You said, agreed, she blew the roof off of a creep in our midst. Exactly. And that's why it's so important for, if you do got information, we've got to stop talking in hieroglyphics and codes and just put that shit out there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Raw didn't come with no hieroglyphics, no codes, no, none of that shit. She was just like, here go the plain as day motherfucking evidence for you. It ain't nothing you got to figure out. You ain't got to decipher it. None of that shit. This is what the fuck it is, right? Like, I don't see why that's that difficult to do. I'm just saying. You said, hey to Carrie. You said, hey to Triggs. You said, say that, Miss T-Pre. Okay, and what's up, Carla Martin? Definitely appreciate you being in the building. P, I definitely appreciate you being here today as well. You said, Drama knew Kip was out here stealing and beating women and said nothing. He's too busy hating on D. Durrell. Okay, that's kind of like what it looked like at this point. Even though I ain't trying to get in the middle of them two niggas. All I'm saying is, bro, if you had this information for a year and a half, like, for God's sake, you should have gave that to us a year and a half ago, for real. Because I promise you, a lot of shit that we have seen in this sector probably wouldn't have happened. And that's a fact. What's up, Smoke? I appreciate you being in the building. Clark, you said, good afternoon, Miss T-Pre. And you said, hey to Triggs. You said, hey to Miss Thangs. Hey to Carla. You said, good evening, chat and mods. What's up, Brixton? Definitely appreciate you being in the building as well. You said, the sector got to do a purge. Child, at this point, it's time, to just, if you got shit, put that shit out here now. Put it out on the curb. You know what I'm saying? Because in 2 or 3 weeks, none of us are going to give a fuck. We ain't going to care. We not going to care. I promise you. Because everybody moved on. Everybody talking about other things. We're doing other things. And Kip is fucking dead. That's just what it is. I don't think he's ever going to show his face around here again. And if he does, it's going to be on like the likes of somebody like G Gates panel, or the likes of Alan, if Alan, has him up or something like that. It'll be somebody that's very Kip friendly, okay? If it ain't that, it ain't going to be happening. And most of us don't watch either one of them motherfuckers. So, it is what it is, right? Well, we do watch Gates sometimes, but we don't be watching Allen like that. So, it is what it is. So, you said the sector doesn't stand on shit, so he can come back in a few months like nothing ever happened. Yeah, that's how it be sometime, right? You said Miss T-Pre, like Kip, AFWs, and Shakim only exist because they are given a safe haven by some content creators. That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. That's a damn fact. And I'll tell you the truth. Let's be honest, right? Safe haven could also mean not releasing information, right? Like purposely holding information back about these people could also kind of look like that, right? Like it kind of can, right? Like let's be real. Let's be real about that. I'm not saying that that's what's happening, but that's how it could appear. Definitely how it could appear. And I'm just saying, you said maybe even a few weeks, okay? Okay. Everybody's saying hi to each other. You said, Raw B, you said don't hold back, and I love it. Yep, that's a fact. You said, I agree, Miss T-Pre. I don't know what the weight is. Yeah, like it's like, why are we, baby spoon feeding each other this stuff? Like, just put it out there. I don't understand, You said there is no true continuity in this sector. Child, you said facts. You said share T-Pre out. Thank you. I appreciate that. And those of you that did, you said maybe Drama has similar records and that's why he didn't speak on it. Child, oh, shit. I hope not. I don't think so, though. But I don't know. We ain't going to start that narrative. You said Drama never says anything new. Child. You said, shout out to Raw B. You said burglary is wild. Nasty work. Okay. What's up, Drama? I appreciate you for being in the building. You said, listen, every sex offender I ever supervised had burglary as a precondition. Okay. That's the type of stuff I'm saying. Like this type of character is a dangerous individual. Okay. Mm-hmm. And for him, this type of person to be pulling up people's information, pulling up people's families' information, their mothers, fathers, their kids and stuff like that. That is a very dangerous individual. That is information that the sector should have been had if somebody had that already. That's all I'm saying, Drama. That's all I'm saying. You said Raw B was cooking. You said it'll all be forgotten when it's convenient, okay? You said, Carla Martin, that's crazy, especially considering he might have pleaded down. Exactly. We don't know, right? You said, I'm going to say Drama had a bounty put in his head, so I give grace respectfully. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Thank you, Raw, for becoming a new member. Definitely appreciate that, sis. You said, I agree, that storyline is now finished. Yeah, it's dead. It's done. Like, it should have been done a year and a half ago, obviously, right? It should have been over, right? But it's okay. We're here now, so let's get it done. If you got more information, because I heard you to the likes of saying, like, should I put this out? Yes. And I was screaming at the TV. Yes. Why not? Right? Like, yes. Why not? Right? Like, we already have very, very heavy information on this man. Okay. There's not much else that could be said that would be so super duper shocking that would toss us into the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, tell us what you got, right? If it's going to help the sector, tell us what you got. Tell us what you have. Because you've been telling us and promising us to reveal these things to us behind the scenes with him, in the future. And now that all of that has kind of been put out, it's like, okay, do you have something new? Do you have something more? Put that out there, right? Let's get it. Let's get it now. And much love to you too, Raw B. Definitely appreciate you. You said salute to Raw. You said no need to share new information when you only go live to be self-righteous and give useless advice based on a history of failed channels. Ciao. You said, wow. Raw, you said more content like that is available at don'tplaywithit.com. Memberships more active. All right. That's what's up. You said salute to Hoodie. You said, oh, this is interesting. Mm-hmm. You said, just don't give that ninja no shine, okay? You said, y'all hit the like button, share it out, and support. Thank you, Raw. Definitely appreciate that. You said, respect Sistren, boss production boss. You said, hey to P. Everybody's saying hey. Okay, let's see. We're all saying hey. You said, Ray, very much so. Yep, that's fine. And, I don't mind because, like I said, we are all content creators and we all give our own opinions. You started to give an opinion about me last night. And I'll tell you, I thought about whether I wanted to talk about this or not. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about it, okay? Um, yeah. I think I may have been off point, right? I actually wanted you to finish your thoughts on that because let me light my weed real quick. Um, I definitely did think that the money to burn situation was not correct. Okay. Until I had a personal conversation with someone behind the scenes. I'm not going to say who that was unless they want me to. And if they want to drop down and say that they want me to, that's fine. But I did have a personal conversation with someone behind the scenes in regards to me and a story that came up about me, the same story you were talking about last night. And in that conversation, we got an understanding of who was talking to who and how Kip got that story and how P got that story. Okay. And so when I hit that panel, okay, when I hit Ray's panel, I had already had that conversation. So I was already aware of what was going on. I just wanted to hear what was going on. Sometimes you catch more bees with honey than you do with gall, okay? I've had to learn that over the years. I know that I have a very brash way of cussing motherfuckers the fuck out and stuff like that. But I also know how to talk very kindly to you sometimes and to just get whatever I need to get out of you, to get whatever information I need you to say, okay? Some of y'all have seen me do that. I've done that with Shakim. I've done that a couple of times around here. And that was an example of doing that, okay? So I got what I needed to know about that situation. And, you know, I don't always jump out here and tell the sector about it, but I definitely got what I needed to know. But I appreciate what you were going to say because it did appear that I didn't know what was going on and that, you know, I had missed the mark. And I'm glad that it looked that way. But the ones that know that conversation, that had that conversation with me about that story behind the scenes, they know I didn't miss the mark. They know I am 100% on point with this situation and that I know everything, a lot more than people thought I knew. And it is what it is. But shout out to you for that. And yeah, I would like to hear the rest of what you had to say about that. You said Ray, you said drama, you said hate or raw, you said we're not going to drag drama. Who's dragging drama? I'm just telling you, I'm just speaking my thoughts on it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying how I feel about it and speaking my thoughts on it. But it doesn't mean that I'm dragging him. I don't have no problem with him. Just like he wasn't dragging me when he said what his thoughts on me last night, right? But, you know, we are entitled to our opinions about things. He's entitled to his and I'm entitled to mine. And that doesn't mean we're dragging each other. You said, T, hey, Teresa, I appreciate you for being in the building. You said the information was related to me and my family, so why would I tell you? Well, the information I'm talking about in regards to when you said you got that information that Raw B had, the Raw B information that Raw B had released, you said you've been sitting on that for a long time. You've been sitting on that for 1.5 years. That's what I thought I heard you say. So when you said that, I was shocked that you had that information that long and that none of us ever knew about it, right? When you said that you knew about the whole thing from Gwinnett County, as a matter of fact, you specifically said that you knew about the Gwinnett County stuff and all the stuff that he was convicted of down there. You've been knowing that for a long time. And I was shocked that you knew that. And that, you know, even though you had put out the information about his son, you never told us any of this stuff about him. And that was what was shocking to me. That's all I'm saying. You said, damn, my opinion. You said, hey, to my opinion. You said, and that's the truth. Kip can come back at any time. I doubt he will, though. Yeah, I doubt if he will, though, as well. You said, hey, to my opinion. You said, everybody needs space to move on their timeline. And I agree with that. I just definitely think that if there is something that's pertinent to the sector and that this is information that could be helpful to the sector to keep, you know, us out of harm's way from such a dangerous individual, I do think that information should be released. Absolutely. I'm not sure why we need to spoon feed that to each other. That's all I'm saying. You said, my Ray of, okay, you're just talking to everybody. You said, Kip gonna break in a while. We're asleep and try to beat our asses. Women only. Never caught a case on a man. Okay. Damn shame. You said, Miss Thangs, you silly. You said, Miss Thangs, hey, honey. You said, hey to Clark. You said, hey to Raw. You said, hey to Carla. You said, Raw B, thanks for the information. Definitely. Definitely thanks for the information. You said, no problem, lady. You said, Carla RNT Hood, hey, sweethearts. You said, but you have to understand something. There are people behind the scenes that are content creators in the sector that are enjoying his behavior. Exactly. Absolutely. And there's some that no longer enjoy the behavior. They've fallen out with him secretly or quietly behind the scenes. A couple of them have not been so quiet behind the scenes, the fallout, but, they've fallen out with him, and so they no longer enjoy it. And so, it's no longer, it's no longer something that's feasible. It's no longer something they want, right? And that's fine. People are entitled to move on and to do things different and to move, make things anew and change their thoughts and behaviors, right? Definitely entitled to that. But again, like I said, at this point, this storyline is done. And, if you do have some information, please put it out here. Let's go. Let's please put it out here. You said, Raw B. You said, Clark, love you much. You said he did not operate in a vacuum. He had support. Yes, he did. A lot of support. You said, but here's the trick part. I think Kip is one of the Griselda's flying. Let's go, Carla. Let's motherfucking go, Carla. Absolutely, he is. Absolutely. And he's not the only one. He's not the only one, but absolutely, right? But the only one, him and the others, this is not, it's not hard to see. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to know. It's not hard to notice. Let's look around the sector at certain people who always want to be finding an excuse for anti and Rev G's behavior, right? It's not hard to see these people at all. Always trying to find a reason for why this behavior is okay. Kip most definitely was doing that all the time, right? But then always want to say, I ain't no AFW. Of course you don't want to be labeled an AFW, right? Of course you don't want to be labeled to be on that side, but you're definitely a flying monkey for them. Now, she had, like Smoke was saying, she had particular sides at one time. So she would have one side over here who would go after certain people, but then the people on this side who she had, they might have liked some of those people, so they wouldn't go after them, but they would go after these people. So she had different people on different sides working for different things, okay, and doing different things, right? But, now, Kip was one of the, last standing flying monkeys that she has. There's still a few. There's still a couple of them, but not many. But he's one, right? And he's one of the last standing. And so now he kind of stands out like a sore thumb to everybody because, everybody's kind of not fucking with that shit no more. And that's just what it is. He was the dummy that stood there, right? After the smoke cleared, he was still standing there. So, it is what it is, right? What's up, Mahogany? Definitely appreciate you for being in the building. You said, hi, everyone. Black Lounge Divine. Everyone in, out. You said, I'm out and about, but hold on a second, guys. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Oh, my bad, y'all. Oh, my bad, y'all. I was getting a call on Facebook. I hate when people call me on Facebook. But either way, definitely appreciate you, Mahogany, for being in the building as well. You said, oh, and I subbed. I thought I was. Oh, no problem. There's sometimes people do sub and then they end up unsubbed from YouTube themselves. But, it is what it is. You said, hey, MJ. You said, how do you explain Money to Burn saying she was out of the sector for 2 years but dropped down at the exact same time? You definitely can't explain that, right? You cannot explain that. That's what I'm saying, right? That's why like I said, the night that Triggs had that conversation, right? I had already had that conversation behind the scenes. I just wanted to hear it from the horse's mouth. And mind you, I didn't know that Money to Burn was going to drop down out of the clouds that night. I had no idea that that was going to happen. But when she did, and the fact that me and P was kind of on the outs anyway, it was a perfect opportunity for me to hit that panel and ask that question and present it like as if the same way I presented it to who I did behind the scenes. Because behind the scenes, I was still rooting for money to burn. You understand what I'm saying? I was still like, no, I don't think she did this, right? Until they had to prove it to me. And then once they proved it to me, that was all I needed. But I still wanted to hear something from her. And when I heard that, that was all I needed. So yeah, she couldn't explain that at all. And I already knew even just before that whole part of it. But the fact that Drama mentioned that last night, yes, that is definitely a thing. But I knew based off of a conversation that was had that she was doing it. That's how I knew, because my name came up in a conversation, and that's how I knew. So, that's unfortunate for her. And I'm not saying that I dislike her or anything. I don't really have an issue with her. I don't talk to her like that, right? I've talked to her every so often behind the scenes. I've said hello to her on Instagram, a couple things like that. I followed her story, knowing what she was going through and those kinds of things. But that was really it. So I don't really have anything to lose with this situation. But at the end of the day, and also I want to speak on that too. The whole sector fucking gossips with different people, right? No matter who you're gossiping with. You might gossip with this person or gossip with that person. I don't know how you're doing it, but at some point, the sector is gossiping with somebody, right? I don't know. If it just stayed with gossiping, because the part about me stuck with gossiping, okay? It wasn't no doxing involved in that when it came to me, in my situation, okay? And what was talked about me, okay? But when it came down to other people, I can't say that she wasn't involved in doxing and stuff like that, because I don't know, right? I really don't know. All I know is there's a lot of shit that Kip claims to know and that Kip claims to have from, the likes of people like her and some others. And that's just what it is. And that's just the facts, like niggas can be mad all day. It just is what it is, right? But yeah, definitely pertinent information with that. And that was something I didn't notice the night that they had that conversation. I was just focused on the conversation, right? In regards to myself and regards to that. Okay. But there was too many holes in that story. There was way too many things that she couldn't explain that I knew. And that's just what it was. And, that's unfortunate. That is. You said, hi, honey, Raw B and Ray Triggs. You said, hey, honey. You said, no hard feelings, pre. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You my nigga, man. I'm always going to fuck with you. I'm just, y'all know I'm going to give it to you raw, just like y'all give it to me, right? It is what it is. Just is what it is. You said, I'm still here, girl. Stopping and fighting. Stop strapping and fighting. LOL. Just kidding, raw. You said, me too, girl. You said XO. You said, so I'm confused. Why didn't you share it with the rest of the sector like you said Drama and others should be doing now? What should I have shared? Y'all already knew. The conversation was on your panel. What was I supposed to tell them? You had the conversation on your panel about P telling the sector that me and Joe were fighting behind the scenes over Alan. Okay? That was an actual conversation that was had behind the scenes. However, that conversation didn't go the way that it was explained to P. The way that Kip explained that story to P was not the way that it went. That's the reason why I didn't tell them. I'm also not out here spoon feeding that to the conversation, to the sector. Like, hey guys, I got this information and I got that. And, hey, I'm going to tell you this today, but I'm not, we'll talk about it in a couple weeks, or we'll talk about it in 3 months, or we'll talk about it in a year. I'm not doing that. So that's why. So I'm not sure where the confusion is coming in, because I've never done that. You said, I thought he said he knew the information Raw B gave. Exactly. That's where I'm saying. He said he knew the information that Raw B gave out, right? So I'm not sure why we didn't get that information first. That's all I'm saying. From him. That's all I'm saying. You said, Triggs, what's she talking about? Triggs, what's she talking about? Money to burn? I don't know. Love under new management. How you doing today? Appreciate you being in the building. You said Raw B gave out her son's information. She got them mixed up. She got them mixed up. Others know that. No, actually, his name is the Allen middle name, and the son has the Paul middle name. So yeah, they both have the same name, but his middle name starts with A, and his son is the P. So yeah, he didn't. She gave out the right information. You said the info about his son wasn't originally put out by Drama, though. Okay, okay. You said, Miss Thangs, what information should be released and what shouldn't? You said love under new management. Actually, I clarified which was which and explained how you can tell the difference. But go on, and you can. You can tell the difference by the date of birth. You can also tell the difference by the time frames that some of this stuff took place, and you can also understand the difference based on the name. So yeah, because he has a different middle name than his son. You said Trigg, she just clarified information about people being dangerous, like burglars and woman beaters. Not every single thing we ever hear. Right, I agree. And that's what I'm kind of saying. Like, if you have pertinent information that could keep the sector safe, I'm not sure why you wouldn't tell the sector that. That's what I'm saying. Not a conversation about me personally, not a conversation about Drama's family personally, but information that can keep the sector safe. Why wouldn't we tell each other that? That's what I'm saying. If you had that information for a year and a half, yeah, it looks kind of strange. It definitely does. You said wrong. Okay. All right. If she's wrong, then okay. You said also it seems hypocritical to want to know personal information about some folks, but when it's others, it's time to move on. Where are you? Let me drop the link because I have no idea what you're talking about. But let me go ahead and drop the link and you can tell me what you mean because I have no idea what you mean by that. I have no idea what you mean by that. Give me some clarity. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know what that means. Hey, YouTube cameras, definitely appreciate you for being in the building. You said love under you management. You are more than welcome to go subscribe to my website and rewatch the content. Yeah, because I watched it a couple of times. I was like really surprised at the shit that came out. I mean, it was a lot that came out. And, it was a lot to take in. And it was shocking to know all this shit. And like I said, I didn't know that Drama knew all this until last night, right? And I was like, oh, well, I wonder why you never told us that. And I think that's a valid question. And I'm not the only one. There's a couple people in here asking that same question. You said YouTube camera. You said Miss Thangs. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I hope it's okay. Hey, I hope it's okay that I came up.
Absolutely. What's going on?
Oh, cool.
Hey, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
Can you hear me, Carrie? You're on mute.
Hey, T-Pre. Hey, Mahogany. Nice to meet you.
Hey, what's going on, girl?
Yeah, can you hear me? Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, Mahogany. What's going on, girl?
No, I just wanted to say thank you, and I'll be here. Okay. A friend let me know about the video that you made, so I went ahead and subscribed, and I've been watching. A lot of times lately, just because I got so much going on, I'll watch from the clouds, but I just wanted you to know I was here listening.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shout out to you for that. Yeah, that was a hell of an epic drag you did the other day with that child, girl, because
Can I be honest? Well, I'm gonna be honest. Like, that's not typically me. I'm gonna be honest. Right. But you were right. I feel like I was kind of frustrated with him that I felt like he kind of did throw her to the wolves. But I did go over there and say, because he shared a post. I mean, she was a beautiful young lady, and the fact and the truth of the matter is, it just wasn't that. Like, that wasn't the show that I personally would have brought my family member to.
Absolutely not. No.
And under any circumstances, like I'm sure we'll meet again. If I did hurt her feelings, I don't really think I did. But if I did, I will definitely be woman enough to apologize, because I don't like to leave a bad taste in any woman's mouth. It was really about him, but she jumped in the way, honey.
Yeah, and that's kind of what the problem was. And it wasn't, because I probably came off very harsh to her too, right, in my video. and I shouldn't have been as harsh. I was just so pissed off that that Gates would bring his own sister. I have an older brother as well, right? And I can't imagine my brother ever putting me in the line of fire like that. I could never imagine no shit like that. So it was just ridiculous that he would do something like that. And he already knows the environment that this is. Like, he is very aware of our sector, right? And how, how wovenous people are, and people don't give a fuck, right?
No, you're right. And shout out to Carla. Carla is right. I shouldn't have. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
But no, go ahead.
No, I was telling Carla Martin, shout out to Carla Martin. You're absolutely right. And that's not normally, like, people who really know me, they know that I don't just go. I actually love women, and I'm actually a lot softer and more tender with women. That I feel like she just kind of jumped in the fire with that one. He said something to me, and my aim was at him, and unfortunately she was there. But I have no problems, like, if I see her again, apologizing to her from one woman to another. It was never personal. It's not personal with me.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We all women, and sometimes we get out of our body. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta cuss a nigga the fuck out sometimes. It just happens, right? She just happened to get in the middle of it, and she became a casualty of war. That's what happened. But either way, shout out to you. No problem at all. What's up, Carrie? Hold on, Triggs. My bad. What's up,
Hey,
Carrie?
no, I just came up here because I think Triggs wanted to have a little mini debate with me.
Actually, I did not. As soon as you hit the panel, I'm like, oh, they about to jump me.
No, we ain't gonna jump.
Oh, you said you wanted to have a panel discussion. Did you mean just with
no. I'm just
I definitely want to. Anybody can hit the panel. It's not a problem. But go ahead. What's up, Triggs?
Hey, I just wanted to know. Okay, so you said you were a little bit confused. I'm a little confused too, because I'm confused on your thoughts on drama, basically, on you saying that he's spoon feeding us and he's not giving all the information, and the fact that not only drama, a lot of us knew a lot of the stuff that Robbie said. So the part I'm confused on is we have been trying to eliminate that from this part of the sector, right? And I think what made it okay was because Robbie has not been in the sector for years and years and years. So it was, you see what I'm saying? It was more of an outsider doing what, and Robbie, that's what she always does. So it was expected. Us in the sector, I'm not a doxer like that, where I'm going to dox your criminal record and stuff like that on my show. Drama has done it one time, and we all know how he felt about doing that. So I'm kind of confused on a lot of us get this information behind the scenes. It doesn't make it right if we just exposing all of this information. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I think he meant, and that's what I mean by, like, yeah, we knew it, but it ain't our place to be putting it out there like that. Like, Kip ain't did shit to me for me to go running off his criminal record like that.
I have to say, I kind of see what you're saying, because I don't really believe in necessarily always bringing white man's paperwork into things that have nothing to do with it. But I mean, this man is
one last thing, Carrie, before you interrupted me. And I know
I'm sorry, I thought you were done, Trey.
No, it's okay. I wasn't, but I just want to say one last thing. And I know I'm long-winded, so I'll shut up after this so you can respond. I'm sorry.
We have my bad.
Also, the last thing I'll say, just to cut it short, because I am talking too long. Wouldn't this be the same thing that we were trying to get away from that goof troop over there? So if we say that it's okay if you wanted me or drama to do what Raw B did, wouldn't that be the same thing that goof troop was doing to us for several years? I think it's okay because Raw B is an outsider from the sector. And I'll stop right there.
That's actually a good point. Looking at it that way, I think I can see it from that angle, right? And so, okay, I stand corrected with that. I can stand corrected with that. I'm not, and again, I wasn't taking a shot at drama. I don't have no beef with him.
No, of course not.
But
I got you. That's why I felt okay coming up here. You like having conversations, so that's why I was like, I would love to have this discussion. Mm-hmm. So I know nobody would get offended or start yelling or
Oh no,
because I could be wrong
that you heard all black men. I hate when people get overly sensitive in arguments all the time. I feel you.
You see what she doing, T-Pre, but I'm gonna laugh it off. Go ahead.
No, I have to say though, like, is there no line after which we would?
Oh, my bad. Hold on, y'all. Let me bring Raw up. Hey, Ro.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, baby? I didn't see you at first.
Hey.
My bad.
That's okay. I'm gonna say this real quick, and then I'm gonna go back to my Saturday. Raw B privilege is the bad guy.
But bro, you've been the bad guy for years.
Right,
That's
and
why
I've
they say
been
don't play with it.
exactly,
Yeah.
and I've been the bad guy. Whenever you mess with me, don't mess with me. I don't just sit there and be like, oh, let me put your name in a bag and a hat. Shake, shake, shake. And I'm going to pull your name out. If you fuck with me a type of way, I'm going to drag you through fucking hell because clearly that's where you want to go. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Don't let the soft voice fool you. Don't let this cute little smile fool you. I am not that one you want to fuck with. And at the end of the day, people that know me and know me for years know this. I don't give wrong information because I vet my information. Cross-reference it, in fact. In fact, some of the information that was given that people knew for years was like, they was like, damn, how did you get that information? Because that information was buried. I'm very good at what the fuck it is I do. Now, those that have issue and feel a type of way, fuck you.
That part.
This nigga been divorced 3 times. This nigga fucking... Right. This nigga done beat up every one of his wives. Done fucking try to get them arrested and some more shit. Didn't pay his child support, held in contempt of court for child support and some more shit. If that's the type of people y'all want to fuck with, I don't give a fuck. Fuck with them. Do what you want to do. I don't fuck with them type of people. But when that bitch nigga Shaw Kimby was out there trying to pull up court documents that were dismissed, ain't nobody had shit to say. So now anybody that's in their feelings, fuck you. You was over there kikiing and yucking it up when a motherfucker did X, Y, and Z to me. You thought that shit was cool. The only thing is, I'm a boring bitch. Sorry, not sorry. I don't really got shit going on. And everything you motherfuckers show, when you really dig deep into fucking forensics, you see the shit is not actually what it appears on the surface. Me, on the other hand, bitch, I'm going to make sure everything I say about you is going to fucking cut you across your artery. I'm going to make sure you bleed the fuck out. The nigga's broken a fucking joke. He been broke for years. He ain't never been that nigga. He ain't never had no money. He ain't raised his kids. He was a piece of shit father. So while he's out here being judgmental and hypocritical, telling y'all how bad of a parent you are, you not how much money you have or you don't have, the nigga is fucking out of pocket for even fucking talking. And I'm from motherfucking New York City, and we only fuck with real motherfucking people. So if y'all want to fuck with fake ass people, then y'all fuck with fake ass people. I don't.
No, nobody fucking with fake ass people.
I'm not saying you fake ass people. I'm not saying you tricks. And anybody that has an issue, you're so silly. Anybody that has an issue with anything I do, before you run your fucking mouth off of some shit that you didn't even fucking watch, pay the fee, go to don'tplaywithit.com and become a fucking member. And then watch it back yourself through forensic time and time and time and time again. Nigga.
That part. Now, Triggs, I wanted to touch base on what you were asking me in regards to what I knew. What I knew had nothing to do with the sector. It was me.
Wait, hold on. Can I react first? Because I never got to say my little piece.
Hold on. Let me just finish this part because I just came across that what he just said. I knew.
Wasted your time taking shots at me, Karen. My fault. Go ahead, Secret.
What I knew before your panel that night was directly impacting me. It was directly based on a story about me. Right? It wasn't about the sector. It wasn't anything that would affect the sector. That's why I didn't tell that story beforehand. It wasn't because.
What do you mean by affect the sector?
It was a story in regards to me. Okay. So it wasn't like somebody's, this is the kind of person that this person is. This is doxing for me. Like, I get what you're saying, right? And coming from that perspective, I can kind of see things a little bit different now, right? Had I talked to you before this show, I probably wouldn't have did the show, actually, right? Oh. But it's just the fact that, I wasn't seeing it that way. I was kind of seeing it from one perspective. It was seeing this whole criminal history of this nigga and this whole background on this nigga and the kind of person that this man is. You're right. Maybe we shouldn't, be just putting people's information out here. But it's the fact that this guy is the kind of person that is doxing people behind the scenes, doxing people's parents, mothers, kids.
I'm glad you said that.
All that
but I'm
stuff.
gonna let Carrie respond. Let me get my notepad. Let me write this down.
It's the fact that he's doing all that, and we have that information is where I was coming from. But I get it. You're right. We don't have to do the same thing that they're doing, right? Is what you're saying, and that makes sense because we are trying to get away from that shit. Go ahead, Carrie.
Okay. Well, I mean, Triggs, if you want to respond to what she just said, go ahead. I can wait.
Well, yeah, because that one key part about him passing Doc's information, that's why I feel like we can't get away from this story right now. Because do y'all feel that it's pertinent to know who else was involved? Because that information was being passed around and given to behind the scenes, and that's where me and drama come into play. Like we getting information about what these folks are doing, to trying to do to me, trying to do to drama, trying to do to, y'all seen the stories the last few, not only just us, but certain women in the sector.
Yes.
And also, while I got the moment, P, I cussed you out because you were stating something that a lot of us already knew. P, you didn't say anything new. I was upset that the problem is all we're doing is hearsay behind the scenes. All we're hearing is names. We don't have any proof. So I thought you was going to actually give proof. That's why I cussed you out. But that Doc's information, okay. T-Pre, that's what I want to ask you. Do we end and go on and move on from these stories, or do we keep investigating this? If, like, how you feel about Kip right now passing around information, what if other people was involved?
There are.
Do you want to know that?
There are.
Right, so should we stop talking about that?
Well,
can I say this?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. So the way I understand it, that other group of people was doxing people maliciously. They were doxing people because they couldn't take a roast and a drag, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when people engage in a certain level of war, right? Yes, you are legally justified to meet them with equal force. Period. And
I can agree to that, depending on who it is, right?
No, not even depend.
Well, if they're giving you that same energy, then yes. The same way that I put Anti's information out is because she put mine out and everybody else's out. The same way that I put Rev G's out is because he was putting everybody else's out. And that literally stopped them in their tracks. So, yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
Because you have to be a bully's bully. These people try to bully you with information for whatever reason. People have their different things, or they don't want their name to be shown, why they don't want their face to be shown. So don't violate that for people. But if you are willing to violate that for people, then you better be a bitch like me that's not ashamed of shit in your motherfucking life. Talk about it all. I don't give a fuck. But if you're the type of person that's behind the scenes paying other people to look up people's information and come out and talk about that shit so you could be fucking safe and hidden while you're scared to death of people to fucking dox you and put your information out because your life is fucking shitty, then guess what? I don't give a fuck. I'ma be that bitch. I'ma be that bitch for everybody else that doesn't have the heart to do it. Because I do. I don't give a fuck about YouTube. I don't give a fuck about none of these social media things. Because I got my own websites. And I got my own platforms. And I'm going to make sure that the motherfucking information gets out. Fuck that. And if I would have been here while any of this other shit was going out, people want to play fucking expose wars and doxing wars and all of this and all of that. We know how to call jobs too.
Right.
We know how to get people fired too.
Right.
Well, that's the funny thing about this, Raw. See, we know about that Goof Troop group over there. Don't say anything, sweetie. What you need? Okay, let me close my door for me, baby. We know about that Goof Troop over there because they was public with what they was doing. But what we're talking about now today is a whole nother network that was doing it with Kip behind the scenes as well. You see what I'm saying? That's why I don't want to move on from this.
Okay, so
fuck it.
Hold on, Raw. So yeah, Triggs, I agree, right? And I was just talking about this before I went live. I do think, because I do know of some other names, right? I do think that it's time to start putting some things out here. But if we're going to do it, let's do it now. If we have the information, let's put it out. Now, I don't have confirmation of these names. I just have the names. You see what I'm saying? So no, I can't put out
exactly what you mean. That's what I was saying to Pete.
Okay.
And that's my dilemma, T-Pre.
Okay.
A lot of this stuff, and I think Drama, I don't want to speak for him, but I think Drama feels the same way. Okay, a lot of the stuff that I receive and get, I can't tell or say because it's just hearsay. There's no receipts. There's no proof. Nobody's willing to speak.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's okay to say I don't know, right? It's okay to be like, hey, I'm not in the know. It's okay. I said that earlier. It's okay to not have all the information. It's okay to be not in the know, right? But if you
we know. It's just that people want the ones that know don't want to speak up. So it's not my place to, snitch on the people that told me the information. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean.
So,
go ahead, Ro. I'm sorry.
That was me.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
Carrie Ann has been waiting. Go ahead, Carrie Ann. I can hold it. So if you go.
Thanks. Yeah, I just I'm still. I don't have strong opinions one way or the other, I guess, is where I'm at. I definitely don't like doxing. I don't like it as a fight tactic. I don't think that Black people are necessarily treated fairly in the court system. So to bring up like 1 or 2 cases a person caught, especially like old stuff, I think is really not fair. Right. And also the justice system treats poor people different from rich people. So that's another, like, even if the information is accurate, like, isn't necessarily fair. Right. But if somebody is a career criminal, like all 3 of your wives couldn't have been lying on you. You know what I'm saying? The child support is the child support. Like, like I said, I don't know how anybody could have one opinion on this. It's a complicated thing. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody's out here doxing people, they definitely deserve to get that same energy back. If somebody like Kip, who's constantly berating other men that they're more successful than them, like, you deserve to get exposed if we find out you're the dustiest man in the sector, which he is.
What's up, Jay Dunn?
Can I defend myself on what you just said, Carrie? Because I totally agree with you.
Go ahead.
And this is another problem that I ran into, and this is just me personally. And I even spoke to Raw about this. I hope she don't mind me saying that. I would have exposed that if I could. And I always mess with Kip and throw little shots at him about it. But because he's a junior and there's a senior, I didn't want to confuse the two. And the information that was given to me, it could have been the son. And I didn't want to go that route. So I would just throw little shots at him personally. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sure. And I don't want to do that.
What's up,
yeah, he did.
She was able, Raw's on a different
level.
Like
Robbie said, you should definitely make sure that what you're saying is accurate. Right. Like, these are serious things. Right. I totally agree with that. And that's a good reason not to speak. Like, if somebody has the exact same name as their child. But like, so I guess my question would be this to anybody who's adamantly like anti-dox, who thinks you should never kind of pull up white man's paperwork. Like, is there a limit that we could agree that should always just, like, if we see or we find out that somebody's done X, Y, or Z, like, is that automatically something we would have to say for the safety of the community? Because burglary.
Say that one more time, Carrie.
Like, is there a line? Do you think there's a line, like, if you found out something about somebody in the sector where you would be like compelled to tell everybody?
Okay. Well, let me say this. I think everybody's situation is different. And I think that's what Raw B is saying. Like, what she does is what she does. But I think for the feel of the sector, ever since we did, not talking about that group, we've been trying to move in a different direction, right? So you can't tell people how to respond or how to act. So I think that's a personal choice.
No, I was asking you your personal. Like, this is just us talking. Like, for me, like, to me, like, burglary is something I take very seriously. Like, that's something psychopaths do. Like, breaking into people's houses. I don't know, like that like somebody had mentioned, that's a crime that normally goes with a lot of other serious offenses that people plead down to. Like, if I hear you breaking in people's houses, like, you a nut. You know what I'm saying? So burglary would throw me off. Domestic violence, definitely. Anything with fraud, right?
Women, I could see if it was domestic violence with one woman, right?
Y'all
both could have had y'all words and said stuff and whatever. But you got 3 different females out here who divorced you over domestic violence.
You're a career criminal. You're a career criminal. Like, why aren't you locked up somewhere?
That's serious.
Like, and you really shouldn't be walking the street.
That's information.
So this is the thing, right? A lot of people have a lot to say about doxing. Let's get into the legalities.
Go
ahead.
The First Amendment protects the right to publish newsworthy information. That's first and foremost. The only time when doxing is illegal is when it involves a true threat, knowingly causing someone to fear for their safety, or inciting imminent lawless actions, telling people to immediately commit a crime. So if you're not out here sharing information to tell someone to, I don't know, find somebody's social security number and get them fired from a job, or telling somebody to go to somebody's house and like beat the hell out of them or something like that, and you're just reporting the news, then you're not actually illegally doxing someone.
Right.
And a lot of people get into their emotions and their feelings, but when things are a matter of public record, then what they are is newsworthy events, which is why when I show things, I make sure I show you the county. See, a lot of people just want to make sure people have access to people's current address or current phone number or real name. Like if they're trying to dox Triggs or Drama don't have their real name on anything. So anybody giving out their real names, they're going to be subject to, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be subject to lawsuits against them.
Yeah.
However, when you have your businesses and everything else attached, when you have your name and your Cash App, then you're giving out your information anyway. You can't say somebody is searching for it or sharing it. It's a verification tool. So that's number one. I get what you're saying about the white man's paperwork, but here's the thing. Even when you get arrested or held up in court on the white man's paperwork, if you've done something that's against the law, be able to stand up in your stuff. Because if it's in public record, then it's in public record.
Yeah.
I've had some people out here.
Agree. And I'll say this, right? As you were speaking, it did occur to me, like, that is why criminal records exist, right? Like, that is why they exist. Because if you commit a crime, like the public, we might still let you walk the streets. You don't have to be locked up for the rest of your life, but you deserve that L, right? Assuming you were righteously convicted and everything, right? You don't have a right to be out here committing crimes and then nobody ever know about it. Like, that's just not a thing. That's why there's criminal records. Yeah.
Exactly. Go
ahead, Ron.
So, people get up in arms and they get upset. Like, when people have done what they've done, I'm not gotten upset. If I felt like explaining it, I've explained it. If I didn't feel like explaining it, I didn't explain it. Like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. If you have liens against your income and your properties that you're selling, that's public records. People can pay a couple dollars and get access to that information. So like that's on you. Like if you've been out of work for a year because you lost your CDL license for whatever reason and you just did theories and training, you know what I'm saying, just 2-3 weeks ago, that's on you. I don't know. But just because you are living a life that is a miserable existence, you don't get the right to go around fucking with people. Because you might fuck around and fuck with the wrong bitch on the right day. And I am always the wrong bitch, and it is always the right day. And I'm telling you, like T Pre said, I really could have did that show the very next day. But because I gave my word and I said I was going to wait to see if the nigga responded to Drama by Wednesday, that's the only reason that show waited.
Yo, that nigga's life is in shambles. I mean, the type of shit he had liens for. And this man is 60 years old? Who is out here buying furniture they can't afford with gray hairs? I mean, I knew that he was full of shit about spending $1,000 for this and that. I never believed that about him. And I never believed him saying he was out here buying bitches $10,000 purses. Like, he say a lot of goofy stuff that men that's that age that handle their money well just would never say, right? But I could have never imagined anybody in the sector was living like that. Like, that nigga is on some old, like, did he develop a drug addiction later? And like whose life is like that? Why is his life like that? I mean, damn, you just fuck up everything.
Black Abe said respectfully kicked by his hair.
Well, I hope he stocked up on hair dye when he cleared that house, because it was like that nigga is in dire straits. I mean, good Lord.
I've never seen a background like that in my life. Listen, and
I make it so funny after seeing his actions the last few years. And now knowing this, like
that's the irony of it, right?
This is like he spent all this time cupcaking with Shakim, calling it mentoring, which we all knew that was a lie. Because where's the fruits of this mentoring, right? Where is the better behavior? Where's the business plan? Like, what y'all really been on the phone chit chatting about? Whatever. But his own son got like all those convictions for breaking in cars. We all know the people who break in cars are junkies. Like, why is he not spending that time on his own pedo son?
Because he was never there for his son to begin with, clearly.
I mean, but he got all this time to be cupcaking with Shaquem. Child, this shit is unbelievable.
Ain't it? It's all fucking surface. Like, it's amazing how people live these fake ass lives on these YouTube streets like this. Like, it's fucking nuts. One of the things Carla said about burglaries, she said burglaries are usually pleaded down from peeping Tom activities, right? So that's something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you come across, and this is just for, you know, because I'll say this too. A lot of times things may not affect men mentally as they do women. So a woman might, you know, come across some information and she's really going to be like really moved by what the fuck she heard, right? Whereas a man will be like, you know, that's fucked up, but then he'll just move on, right? Whereas a woman will be thinking about her safety. She'll be thinking about her children's safety. She'll be thinking about all these things, you know, because that's just the nature of a female. So perhaps, you know, us women, we're just kind of looking at this a little bit different when it comes to these types of charges. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to protect ourselves from a man like this. We need to be aware of a person like this in our midst. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, just accepting Cash Apps and Zells and stuff like that from a person like that, accepting bags and Birkin bags and whatever else you're getting, accepting that kind of stuff from a person like this can be very fucking dangerous, right? That's all I'm saying. So, you know, it's our responsibility to keep us all safe. But at the same time, you know, this is just something to think about going in the future. You know,
so maybe we shouldn't have a taboo against doxing people's criminal records, because any woman, especially when you put it like that, we have the ability to decide whether or not we think it's some white man mumbo jumbo. Like we know the cases could be this or that. We have our own discernment. But if it's men, especially men who like to attack women, woman after woman, like maybe it really shouldn't be taboo to report criminal records.
Yeah, depending on what it is, right? Like if it's something like, you know, you got some traffic tickets or some shit, I don't really give a fuck.
Who cares, right?
But if it's something like, you know, statutory rape or you know, burglary or peeping Tom.
Although, no, I told you what my cop friend told me about traffic tickets though, right? I told you that, right? You really shouldn't dismiss people that have a bunch of traffic tickets. Like,
oh yeah, you can talk about that.
Yeah,
go ahead, talk about that. Yeah.
So yeah, the whole thing with police pulling people over for traffic violations, like there's constitutional scholars that think they shouldn't even do that. They should just mail you a ticket, because a traffic stop invites so many situations where constitutional rights could be violated, right? Or could like escalate like so many different ways to where on one hand, it's not worth it. One of the strongest arguments for continuing to do traffic stops is like how often they catch murderers from doing traffic violations, because the type of people who are constantly breaking traffic laws to the extent that they're getting tickets tend to be like psychopaths. So a lot of this is a fact. These are facts. I can do a show about it. Like, everybody might speed a little bit, but if you meet a man or a woman and they done got like 3-4, speeding tickets in the past year or two, they probably not mentally well.
Right. Not only that, we have people like, Kimmy, that have multiple infractions over multiple years of driving with no license, no insurance, no registration. That's a danger to the community in and of itself. Right. Because I don't know if you've ever been into an accident with an uninsured motorist. It's quite annoying.
Well, it's the psychopathic, narcissistic belief that the rules don't apply to you.
Yeah, that too.
Right. So they're getting caught doing something. They're impulsive. Like they're not even thinking about how it affects themselves, much less society, like you said. So even people that have an abundance of traffic violations, that's not really something a smart person would look the other way about, because it's not normal.
Right.
It's not. It raises your insurance through the roof.
Yeah.
You have to pay a whole bunch of money in fees. Yeah. Child, who wants to go to court?
And who wants to go to court? And these the same, like they'll tell you in a heartbeat in this sector that Black men's lives are in danger every time they get pulled over. As a Black man, why would you put yourself in a situation to have an unnecessary interaction with the police? I mean, this is very reckless behavior. So yeah, maybe there really shouldn't be this taboo, especially as women. Like maybe our position should be. Tell it, you know what I'm saying?
Let us know. You know what I'm saying? I gotta agree with y'all. I think we have. I think Triggs definitely had some great points.
Yeah.
We, as a sector, we've been trying to fine tune our space, and I think we're trying to find, where we stand in regards to everything, in regards to how we, how we do interact with one another, the things that we want to share with the sector, the things we don't, right? And I think everybody's point of view on this is very important. But Triggs, you definitely made some great points as well in regards to what we've been trying to get away from. But I do think, like Raw is saying, and like I have even said in the past, like I remember when I put out them videos on Anti and Rev G and Shakim, right? And Breaking. When I put them videos out on them, I remember saying, like, I'm gonna fight fucking fire with fire. You see what I'm saying? The way these motherfuckers came for me is the way I'm gonna come for you. The way that you gave me that energy, the shit that you're putting out, is how you're going to receive that energy, and I will be the one to dish it to you.
I totally agree with that. Yeah. But you got to remember, like, if things are being done behind the scenes and it hasn't been public, how much can I really, like, I don't want to be looked at like, like the goof troop, like attacking folks. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was still able to laugh and joke with Kit on a panel. Like, nigga, you're not a threat to me, but I know what you're trying to do. So until you do it, once they do it, I'm going your route, T-Pre. I'm going Raw B route. I get it. I'm being prepared for that. But until then, I don't have no right to go that route.
I think we should.
My thing is this. At what point do we start to apply pressure? Because this is another thing too. You gotta, all right, how do I say this? Fuck it, I'm gonna say it frankly. You gotta watch the people that's giving you these tidbits and driplets of information, right? Because a motherfucker that's comfortable bringing the bone will also carry a bone. And my question always is, fast, and my question always is, oh, why the fuck did they feel comfortable enough to say that to you? What the fuck dirt do you got on you?
Yeah, because I also wonder why, if they would want to, and this may be a conversation that I might be having too, right? If you would want to tell me this, but you don't want me to put it out there, why are you telling me?
Yeah.
You feel me?
No, you're right. I've been getting it for years like that.
If you're telling me pertinent information, there's no reason for you to tell me if you don't want me to repeat it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
but this is what people...
I will say, in the defense of the people that have reached out to me, a lot of times it's like they want the help, and they know, just like I know, like, we need more information. So let me reach out to see what you know. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing.
Okay.
That's what's been going on in my situation with a lot of people.
I was picking up from Drama Show. Like, I was picking up, like, okay, you guys have the same information that we all have. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, Smoke, all of us, we all kind of are on the same page with most of this information. I do think that there's some things that, we have disagreements on about what's true and what's not, what's real and what isn't, right? Like there's like that chart thing, that whole Nikki. I think there's, I think that's definitely not.
Yeah, let's leave out the Smoke receipts. Yeah. What else?
Like, and shout out to Smoke. That's my boy. But at the same time,
I'm messing with him. I'll try to get him to drop out the clouds.
But either way, there are some things that, we all kind of understand about this. You know what I'm saying? That there's a few women that have been talking with Kit behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
There's a couple of people that have been involved in all this shit. And they just are quiet right now. They're, some of them aren't as quiet as you think, right? Some of them are still around. But, at the same time, it just is what it is at this point.
Any man that's behind the scenes gossiping with other women in that way is a creep, period.
Oh, exactly.
Like, period, especially when, like, some people have a platform, so they have a reason to be kind of getting, if they putting on a show. But, like, you don't even have a platform. You don't even have a show. You just gossiping with a young man and a bunch of broad. Like, dude, you are a creep. Number one.
Let me
tell you. If I should, like, if y'all see, like, because I told you I only went through the last few months text, but I got years of creep is not the word. creep is not the word. And I'm trying to decide with myself how far I want to go with this because I kind of want to move on. But I know the sector, T Pre gonna be on my ass like, show it, Triggs, show it.
Yes, go in and let have because what it really
waiting on. Let's go. Yes, tell us.
Right, because what it really is usually is people do want the help, but a lot of people are also very fearful to wear the bullseye on their chest. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to be the one to take the bullets, and I don't know. I salute everybody that is not afraid to take the bullet and that stands on business. Then you gotta stand on business because somebody gotta do it. If nobody stands on business and everybody lets the bullshit slide and the snakes slither around, then everybody's gonna be choked. We're gonna be on a plane with all the snakes and everybody's gonna die. I'm not dying with nobody. And I'm telling y'all right now, if you doing something bad, don't do no bad shit with me. Because I'm not going to lie for you. I'm not going to protect you. I'm not going to save your soul. I'm going to tell all the fucking business.
At the end of the day, nobody can say, right. At the end of the day, nobody can say you're doing anything wrong by reporting on somebody's criminal record. Like that's how I feel. It can't be morally wrong. Talking about like revealing their address or like doxing pictures of their family and that type of thing. I don't approve of that. That serves like no actual purpose. But I propose a solution and I'm gonna get out here. What we need to do is establish a council of doxing. And people can submit their information.
Oh, I'm not on mute. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me mute.
And then the county can vote on its newsworthiness. Dead ass.
I think that would be funny, actually. Shit.
Right. It could be like, I don't know, it could be like this elusive council and they have like a secret meeting and they put out their bulletins once a month.
I had to give him a laugh.
Worth us talking about.
Not a doxing.
Right. Is this in the public
let me point this out to you, Carrie. You see the actions that the sector has made in the past year. Like all of the snakes are actually leaving the sector. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like if you really think about it, you see what I'm saying? And that's why I said I don't want to stop this because these other motherfuckers that's working with Kip behind the scenes are still here. So those motherfuckers need to have to, even if they don't answer, they need to be talked about. So then they don't want to answer, and then they'll stop doing what they're doing, and then we can actually go to having fun and roasting and joking some more.
I wonder if they'll keep working with him knowing what a miserable failure and creep he is. Because beating on 3 different women is wild. That's wild. You know, that's a lot.
Some of them might. But I think
I wouldn't have nothing to do with a man like that.
I don't think they're concerned about that. I think they're more concerned about being exposed at this point.
Yeah,
that's what I think. I don't think that they care too much about his criminal history and all that.
Absolutely.
I think they care about their asses.
Man, y'all don't know the half of how much back and forth is going on. People all of a sudden emailing me, reaching out, troll accounts reaching out, trying to figure out what's there's a lot of folks worried.
Or they want to know how much you know, right?
Yeah.
And people be thinking I'm mean just because I be like, I don't fuck with you no more. You know what I mean? But I just prefer that to the whole I'm gonna smile in your face and spend the next 2 years.
Y'all can send me
talking about how much I fucking hate you behind the scenes and hope it don't come out. Like, to each their own, but I just would rather just tell people I don't like them.
Listen, y'all can send me anonymous emails and
you the council of doxing, right?
I'm gonna do some research though.
She's about to get a bunch of proton emails.
Hey, you got a point though, Raw. Like that's what I said. I don't know if you heard me before you came up. I tell T Pre that I was like, you was a perfect voice to do this because you haven't been in the sector. This is what you are known for doing. You see what I'm saying? So it made more sense for you to do this than others like that, because he was fucking with you behind the scenes too.
Jimmy Jamboree, what's up?
Yeah, he was paying Shakimi to fuck with me. So now I done exposed Shakim and his raggedy ass criminal history, and I heard him up on Slender's chat. Let me say this too, and then I really am gonna go this time. Shakimi, I need you to make up your mind, sis. Did you see my vagina? Did you sleep with me? Am I a transsexual? Am I bro? Like, what is happening?
Oh, that was so. I was like, why he go that route, bro? Like that was
But he slept with me. But he slept with me according to the text messages that he doctored up. So you slept with the transsexual, allegedly? My God, today I need these people to catch a brain cell, just one, before you ever try to play with me, because I'm gonna fucking embarrass you every time. Like, y'all be so mad in your spirit. And what it really is, Shakimi, is you thought you was gonna be able to piecemeal out to the sector a whole bunch of bullshit because you broke as fuck and you wanted to sell off them text messages piece by piece by piece. And what I did is I came out and I shut down business, bitch. Shut down your whole operation. Don't nobody give a fuck about them text messages because now they got the cold hard facts from Gwinnett County Records, bitch. Fuck you, ho. Good night, y'all.
Definitely appreciate you, Raw, for being up here. And yes, we do. We have all the facts now. At least, most of the facts now, at least with this man's history and stuff. But yeah, let's, we'll
Girl, I hope it ain't no more.
Huh?
I hope it ain't no more. And I'm going to tell you the truth, right? People like Kip with a life like that, I don't know how they don't just go ahead and delete. Like, I don't know how nobody could live like that. I mean, you failed at being a father and a husband. You don't have no house. You 60. You don't have no property, no money. I mean, that's a tough motherfucking. That's rough.
Yeah.
I don't even know what would keep somebody going in this situation. At least you should have your kids that love you, and his kids out here breaking in cars and molesting kids and shit. Dude, he better than me because that's wild. That's wild.
That is.
He can't even go get
I'm gonna drop down, but is P? P still got me blocked. Is he still in your chat right now, T Pre?
I think he is. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a couple minutes, but he's a moderator.
Okay. I just wanted to let him know.
I'm giving you a wrench back, Greg. I had taken your wrench at a time.
You got to give me.
Everybody's wrench.
I
had taken a lot of wrenches at that time because it was a bunch of people getting blocked that shouldn't have been, and I wanted to see who was doing it. And now I figured it out. Cool. So I'll give you your wrench back.
But I wanted to say to P, these text messages, Kip didn't like you for years, nigga.
Yeah.
He didn't like P for years.
That's crazy. Like, why not just cuss somebody out and stop being their friend?
Exactly.
Why? What is the point? What is you doing pretending to be friends with somebody?
And the way that I'm reading this, I'm kind of wondering because there was like the three amigos at one time.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Kip was a little bit jealous of the relationship between him and P and Shakim.
That's exactly what I picked up.
I just wanted to put that little tidbit out there.
I picked that up from
since he yelled on the panel. You was getting money to burn, giving you information. There you go, P. Kip didn't like your ass.
And P doing a lot better than him. At the end of the day, P don't have all these domestic violence charges.
Okay.
His son ain't out here molesting kids.
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, Kip is doing real bad. He's doing real bad.
I have never ever, and I have had to pull many criminal records on people,
Yeah.
And this right here, I ain't never seen no shit like this.
And it was the least.
Somebody came in the bank trying to get a job with me with some shit like this. I would have been like, child.
Right. He could never get a straight job. All he could ever do is drive a truck. He could never do nothing but drive a truck. He better hope them automated trucks don't come in before he drop dead, because what other job could he get with a credit score? Man, that nigga was owing money to companies named after the Bible and shit. He got sued by Psalms 22. I mean, what the actual fuck?
He got sued by God, okay?
You know you're doing bad when it's Psalms out here taking you to court and winning.
When God is taking you to court, there's a problem. There's really.
I bet that nigga used to have bill collectors calling his phone all day.
That would be horrible. Imagine having to change your telephone number like every month because you don't want bill collectors calling.
Imagine what his mailbox looked like when he opened that shit up. Just a pile of motherfucking pink ass envelopes and shit with threatening fucking fonts. Like, so I just wanted to stay up here.
I ain't never seen anybody get sued by God, y'all. I ain't never seen God sue nobody, man.
And I'm an atheist. God ain't never sued me.
He ain't never sued me either, and I'm a believer. Okay.
Hey, I like the dynamic. I'm gonna drop that and let y'all keep going back and forth. I feel like the third wheel, but I like
for coming up. I really did want to clear that up with you. You know, it's
good points, Triggs.
Like this is weird. You know, we don't have real conversations in the sector no more, so I enjoyed this. I appreciate it.
Yep, no problem.
Carrie got her shots out at me and then had a conversation with me.
Well, you were throwing subs at me, and I just went ahead and slapped you, but it's all good.
I loved it, Carrie. Thank you. All right, I'll see y'all later.
All right, Chiggs. Thanks for coming up. But yeah, girl, I ain't never seen nobody get sued by the Lord. This is nuts, girl. We gotta figure this out.
If I find myself in a bad mood any day over the next week, I'm gonna just go ahead and just think about how I'm not Kip.
Okay. Me too. My mom used to always say stuff like that. Somebody always got it worse than you. Well, yeah, honey, I done found somebody that got it 80 times worse than me. Okay.
I hope don't nobody in the sector have it worse than him. That nigga is down bad. When he get his next truck, he needs to get a placard that say "Man down."
Girl, man down.
Man down, trucking.
Put the whole piss jug in his mouth, girl. It's over. It's over. It's over.
So do you think after all these years of living behind his means and neglecting his children, if he gets this fresh start with a new job, is he going to be right back in court getting sued? Yeah, because he's just goofy, ain't he? If
he's irresponsible. So
yeah, he's going to go buy another new house, buy a bunch of more furniture on credit.
That's another thing. Who is buying furniture these days on credits, okay? And then not paying it. Like, what is going on? Well, I mean, you don't have the money to buy your bed, okay? Like, bro.
Not a lot of people
to buy your furniture.
If you got good credit, a lot of people, when they get a house that big, if they have a family, you know how you can get like 2 years interest free, you know?
Right, exactly.
So if I had kids, right, I'm single.
Oh, Lord.
And I have a tiny house, but that's one of the reasons why I didn't, because, you know, a lot of people move to Atlanta and get a big house. Right. That's one of the main reasons I didn't want a big house, because you have to furnish that shit. And furnishing a house ain't cheap.
That's what I'm saying. It's not, especially, you know, because you want to buy good furniture, right? You don't want to buy cheap furniture. You do want to have good furniture that's going to last, because, you know, but if you really don't have it like that, there are places that you can go that have decent furniture, right? It's not, you know, high quality,
right?
But it's decent, you know.
You can go room by room, yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to be, you know, if I ain't got it like that, shit, I'll be the one to say I ain't got it like that. I might buy something from, you know, Dave's Outlet or some crazy shit.
Yeah, absolutely,
shit like that. You're damn right? There's nothing wrong with that. But when you start living above your means and trying to impress these little 35 and 36-year-old women, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, now that's why, you know, you're going through this kind of stuff. That's why you keep constantly going through these cycles of credit problems, because you're trying to live above your means and act like you that willy-nilly nigga in front of these young girls. That's exactly what's going on with you.
Well, niggas like Kip, they get to believe in their own lies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he be out here telling these bitches he earned 6 figures. He get to really believe in that shit.
Mm-hmm. Think he making money like D. Durrell. Talking about he got 150K. Bitch, where?
These niggas so
got like
70,000
out of that house. So, and then you gave 20,000 of that away, and then something else, and then you had all these other liens and tariffs and shit. No goddamn sense, man.
The jealousy over D. Durrell is outrageous. It's outrageous. Because you ain't gotta like that man, but he obviously living a nice life. These niggas be like, that ain't really his truck.
That ain't his shit.
He ain't no godfather. Like, nigga, is you sure? It looked like he living kind of nice to me.
Pastor Victor, I know you want a CDL. I know you want a
D. Durrell house full of furniture.
Yes, happy Father's Day to all the wonderful fathers. I believe that's coming up tomorrow. I think it is. Happy Father's Day, y'all, to all the wonderful daddies out here, all the good fathers out here. I never give Happy Father's Day to single mothers. That is not our day. Okay.
Yeah.
Mother's Day is our day. Even if you got, you know, you're single and you taking care of them by yourself and you doing it by yourself, you is a mom. Okay. Happy Father's Day to the daddies out here and the fathers that are out here handling their business. Sure, P, I'll give you the link. give you the link. I wasn't planning on being. Remember, I told you I wasn't gonna do this too long. That didn't work out.
Oh, he about to come up here and talk some shit. I'm gonna stay up.
Okay. But yeah, hold on. Let me go back to the comments here. You said, Clark, I used to walk by the one in East Orange wondering why they were still in business. Renner Center, I don't know. But I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? If he ain't got
Renner
it like
Center
that,
still exists?
It's horrible. Like, you ain't got it like that. You know, spend a couple dollars, but make sure you buy your furniture. Buy that shit, man. Don't be out here making.
I think we all know I had a hood rat friend that bought a whole bunch of shit from Rent a Center and got it.
I do have a hood rat friend that did that shit.
We all do, right? They always get the big ass stereo and be partying in their house for like 2 weeks.
TVs.
That'd be the best 2 weeks ever.
And move like the next fucking day. Real shit.
Yeah.
But the crazy part is that furniture didn't last very long though. She was down there.
It's toys. Yeah,
it was trash. So she went down there for like a year. By the time I went to go see her, girl, that furniture was toe up. Okay, toe the fuck up, child. Yeah. He said, Miss T, please. Okay, I did that.
I'm a big fan of IKEA.
Okay, I like IKEA.
Yeah.
He said, thank you, Miss T. Pre. He said, spot on. I don't know who uses them. He said, I found antiques at the Salvation Army that cost me a fraction of what they are worth. Yeah, girl, you can go over to Goodwill and get stuff if you need to, whatever you need to, whatever, fits into your budget. Right?
I like Target too.
Yep, I love me some Target, girl.
Yeah, Target has like
Walmart too. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Walmart too. I got a couple things from there too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I ain't too proud. So yeah. But it's the thing about acting like you that willy-nilly nigga and you living above your means and you doing all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you end up broke as fuck. Yeah,
you broke as fuck, nigga. Like, you owe every homeowners association in the whole United States. Okay, you owe God money. You owe God money. Okay,
the songs is after this nigga. Hey P.
Hey, how y'all doing today? What's going on?
I'm chill.
I was sitting down in the chat waiting to come up, and I heard you mention, Father's Day, and that's, today me and my son were out earlier, and he just asked me, "Hey, Dad, where you want to go out to eat tomorrow?" And I know that's one thing that Kip's not going to be experiencing tomorrow,
right?
And as these revelations about Kip come out. Like so much things make sense to me now. Why? That's why after a while, I really stopped really listening and reacting and getting upset to people saying stuff about me that who don't know me. And when you hear projection, you know it. And it makes sense now why he would always like, well, you and your 2 failed marriages and da 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 da. When nigga, you sit when the whole time, nigga, you sitting on 3
failed marriages.
You sitting on now.
All
go ahead.
3 of the marriages dissolved because of domestic violence issues.
Period.
Now here's where
nobody ever accused P of beating on a woman. Period.
Hey, now here is where I'm going to talk to 2 intelligent women right now. All right. Now, the only thing I'm guilty of, shit didn't work out. Right.
Yeah.
But out of my 1 union, I got a son which I raised who has a degree in computer science. So I have no, but the bottom line about it is there is. No matter how people may judge it, I never had any problems talking about my marriages because nothing happened in my marriages that I was embarrassed about. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that this nigga not only the nerve of this nigga all this time tells you that you're going to be projecting what you are on me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But the fact that you withhold that you have lived life and you got 3 marriages under your belt tells me that he was embarrassed about what took place in his marriages, and the records prove that. It's just simple logic. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I will never be ashamed to it's a fact. But the fact that he was too ashamed to even let it be known that he's sitting on three. There's some shit that you don't. If you know what your background is, there's some things you just need to just keep your mouth shut about. At least shit like this comes out about you.
About that, yeah.
You feel me?
And
like
he should have never said nothing about a relationship ever.
Ever.
But people like him, people that are just as irresponsible as he is, they don't think to the future. And that's clear they don't. They live in the moment, right? So he can't see past, whatever he's doing at the second. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and how, the fact that he would put out all this negativity and this negative energy out in the universe, that this would come back and slap him in the face, right? And that he would meet the same fate that he attempted to put against people. You know what I'm saying? People like him can't really see that kind of stuff. So that's probably why this happened. Like, the reason why all of his shit came out like that, is because of all the bullshit that he has done. And, unfortunately, like we were saying earlier with Triggs, the women and other, the people that were involved with him with this, they don't want their shit out here. You know what I'm saying? They know what's coming.
And
they know what's coming.
And to big, to piggyback off of what Carrie was saying earlier, like from a man's standpoint, like I would like to know, like which women are batshit crazy in this motherfucker too. So you see what I'm saying? Like it goes both ways. You know what I mean? But it's the fact that it just never ceases to amaze me when people's jackets come out, male or female. Like sometimes they are the ones who are sitting up on these on the biggest paper thrones, are the ones who are just turn to be not just regular like us, but trash. Like this nigga's. Look, I haven't been to court 57 times in my life. I don't mean just for myself. I mean if somebody got to go to court and I got to go. I
ain't been nowhere 57 times in my life, but work at Target.
Either. Right, that's it. Or Walmart. At least 57 times, right?
Right.
But I ain't never been to court 57 times. Shit.
Right. 57 times. Shit.
Yeah, but who's a grandparent and owes child support? That's what I don't understand. Like, you don't have those obligations out of the way already. Your child
for me,
and had their own child and you still paying child support? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, my question is, why is he so dusty? Like, truck drivers can make really good money.
Good money, exactly.
So the only thing limiting how much money they can make is how hard they work. So why not only does he talk all that big money shit, but he be calling everybody else lazy and unproductive. And it's just like, do you have your CDL and you barely ever go to work?
Right.
Like, why you don't have no money?
That's just nuts. I think that he may have allegedly his license may have been suspended. He may be out of work. But
he's been dusty for years.
Been for a year. So what's been going on these other years? 60 years? What's been happening these other 60 years, sir? Like, you've had 60 years.
Right.
What is going on?
And you driving a big rig. He was claiming he owned his own truck. He should be making money hand over fist.
Facts. That's a fact. He said, a brother of a certain age said, that's why I rarely speak on relationships, because I've been trashed. Okay.
Oh, no, you too?
He said, now I see why he likes remix so much. He said, I've known some of the most career types, and they ain't been to court 57 times. On the other hand, they were locked up a lot, right?
But they didn't get locked up and it's a shame that they treat domestic violence like it's a joke, because people were saying, she saw burglary being peeping times. I've seen people get sexual assaults pled down to burglary when they break in and sexually assault their wives and girlfriends and stuff. Like, burglary ain't no joke.
Remember when even Charlemagne pled to a lesser charge, right? Wasn't it a lesser charge of endangering the welfare?
And you got to think, right? Burglary is such a horrible offense. If you pleading down to it, you did something way worse. Like,
facts. Go ahead, Pete.
And you got to think. Let's take a trip down memory lane now. makes sense now. You remember when Remix dropped those text messages when Kip was talking about Tiff P?
Yeah.
And he was like,
wait a minute, say that
you
again?
see what I'm saying?
That's right.
You remember when Remix and Kip fell out and he dropped them text messages, and one of them text messages was Kip saying that making references to slapping Tiff P. You see what I'm saying? And and that's the one thing that I'm glad that's coming out now is
that's
how
when I stopped messing with Kip.
This nigga really feel about women, because like the conversations we would have behind the scenes, it's like, yeah, for better, for worse, I wasn't up here fronting like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not up here kikiing, laughing at me with me behind the scenes. Right. And then you up here like, oh, P me talking bad about the women. Like, nigga, you be talking worse. I don't be talking about getting physical with women. You feel me? But so if nothing else, I'm just really glad.
Like cats and dogs. You ain't never talk about laying hands on me.
Right. Nah, that ain't how I, you know what I'm saying? I with no woman. You know what I mean? Well, no, Team Free, I think that was mutual combat. That may have been mutual combat, because I think you
arguing like cats and dogs, but neither one of us never thought about.
And then I said I wasn't gonna fight you. I said, you're an old man. I said, what I look like? I said, I'll give you a Geritol bath.
Nah, nigga. Well, like I said, hey, at least with us, it was mutual combat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But you know, but it just really, you know. But I will say this: I'm gonna let y'all have y'all one conversation. But just suddenly, I'm not trying to take no shots, but like what you were originally saying in the beginning, T. Pre, I agree with you about, okay, if there's more so if because what I was getting from drama last night is that kind of there's a network, you know what I'm saying, that Kip utilized, right? So my thing is that's just because he's not there, the threat is still there. So expose whoever the fuck he was working with too, for the safety of everybody else. You see what I'm saying? Because they still hear it, obviously. You see what I'm saying?
That's what I was saying too. But I think what Triggs was saying is that we want to do that, but we don't have, like, what I was thinking, and I'll tell you why I said what I said. I was thinking that Drama was sure about the information that he had, right? But now that I know that it's something that, everybody's kind of piecing together, you're like, okay, you got this, I got that. Okay, now we're trying to put this all together and put this whole puzzle together. That makes more sense to me, as opposed to, like, I wouldn't just throw out there these names either, because I don't have solid proof of it.
Right.
Right. So and to be fair,
so to be fair,
right. And to be, I'm sorry.
That's the reason why I think I can agree with Drama on that.
Right. And to be fair, given the people that you might potentially be dealing with, you can't give them any plausible deniability. So exactly. I can see that point, because if it was that easy, you know what I mean, they would just admit when they're confronted about shit. So I get it. You got to have undeniable, unrefutable evidence. So I get it. Hey, but you ladies continue to have a good conversation, and thank you for having me up, T. Pre. And I'm gonna just drop back in the chat. All right, and y'all, if your if y'all fathers are still living, y'all have a good Father's Day with y'all pops. At least wish them good happy Father's Day, and whoever in the audience, y'all have a good Father's Day. All right, okay, take care.
You too, P.
Right.
Yep.
He brought up a really great point.
He brought up a lot of good points. Yeah, go.
One of the things he said was about Father's Day tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And how he will have the ability. And I really admire P's relationship with his son. I really do.
Yeah.
But one of the things he mentioned is how, his son called him up today and was like, what we doing? We going to dinner? We going, and he said, it's just nice having that, right? And it really is. As a mother, it is nice to have your children acknowledge you, and to, say, hey, Mom, what do you want to do today? Or, hey, Mom, I'm buying this for you today. Or, hey, Mom, don't worry about this bill. I got it, right? Or something like that. It is really great when my children do acknowledge me as their mother and the very hard work that I put in. My 20-year-old was just telling me a few days ago, how thankful she is of how tough I was on her in high school. I was very tough on her in high school because This girl wanted to skip class. She wanted to do this. She wanted to do that. But now she's very responsible. She got her shit together. And she's telling me, like, Mom, if it wasn't for that, I would be like some of my friends are. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, some of her friends are out here with babies. They out here on drugs. They out here in jail. One of her friends that she grew up with is literally in jail right now. Okay. Running from the police, doing all kinds of crazy shit. But I used to be on her motherfucking ass, right? I wasn't letting her hang out and do all kinds of crazy stuff and run the streets and do all kinds. I didn't let her do that. And she's very, very thankful of that, you know? Mm-hmm. And that makes me feel good to hear, you know, the fruits of my labor come back, right? And to see the fruits of my labor come back. That was times where I had to discipline them. And I felt so bad after disciplining, I'll go in my room and cry, right? Yeah. You know, I don't care what I had to do. Yeah, you know, I'm sure. Say, you know, it's gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. I know that feeling. Okay, but it's a beautiful thing when you've been in the lives of your kids and you take care of them and they appreciate you, even though you're not looking for it. They appreciate you, right? That is a beautiful thing. If you've never been in the life of your own children and you're not fucking with, and they don't fuck with you. That's not something you could ever experience.
Girl, that's got to get rough as you get older too. Yeah. Like I'm so grateful for my dad. I have so many good memories of him coming to my rescue. You know what I mean? And protecting me and you know, spending quality time with me and teaching me things. Yeah. I'm so grateful for my dad. And I always buy him a steak dinner. That's like what we do every year. Mm-hmm. And there's been a lot of years where it'll just be us and my sister this year, but there's been a lot of years where I've had like my girlfriends along who didn't have fathers. Mm-hmm. My dad has been like a father to a lot of kids in our community, you know. Yeah. And I'm so grateful for that for him, you know. I really am proud and appreciative of my father. And you know, I think that like I would have done better if I would have tried harder to date a guy like my dad, but I just haven't met a lot of guys like my dad, you know?
Yeah, there's not many that can live up to, you know, our dad's standards either, right?
Yeah.
Because my dad is the same way. I have a lot of great, you know, memories of my father. I still talk to him to this day. I still have a very good relationship with my dad. He's very laid back too. Actually, he was he's much more laid back now. Than he was, you know, with me as a child. But he's a very laid back person. And so, but he doesn't celebrate holidays. So I'm not going to wish him a happy, well, we still be wishing him happy Father's Day anyway. But, you know, he'd be saying thank you, but it's not really a big deal. But we celebrate him as our dad every fucking day. You see what I'm saying? Like, we love our dad. We love him. We don't, you know, we give him and we pour into our father, right? And that's because he poured into us. You know, he was there every single day of my life. There was not a time that my dad actually abandoned me, you know?
Yeah, and I can say to I'm sorry, babe.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say to the men in the chat who are fathers that, like, we definitely appreciate our dads. We definitely appreciate you guys for being fathers, especially the fathers who are, like, modeling good emotional health, you know? That it's okay to be sad. It's okay to have like all the range of emotions as a man. Mm-hmm. It's super important for fathers to do. And just a reminder that your children definitely want money from you. I'd be lying if I said they did. Like, definitely want our daddies to provide. But, you know, my best memories of my dad are just him like watching movies with me.
Or my dad taking me to go get ice cream.
Right, on daddy-daughter dates, just going to have lunch and that just kind of spending time with him, smelling him, being next to him, his cologne, his aftershave. You know, all those things are such it's so wonderful to have that. Even when I'm single and I'm celibate and I'm like not without a partner, like the love I have for my father is very sustaining to me as a woman.
Right. Very, very much so.
Thank you to my dad and to all the dads in the chat. I'm gonna hop down, girl. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming up, Carrie. And you guys, I really appreciate all of you for being here. I was not planning on being live this long, but I'm glad that we did, because I did want to having conversations sometimes and just, you know, dialogue with one another will help you see a different perspective of things. And so, I do see things from a different perspective when it comes to this now. As far as Kip is concerned, I do think he is fucking dead. I think this is over with. However, that behind the scenes shit obviously is not done. And there is some more information that will more than likely be coming out. And I'm going to tell you that the fact that this information came out the way that it did, your information is going to come out too. And that's just what it is. That's just a part of, the nature of the beast, right? When you fuck around and fuck around and find out, you find out. And that's just what it is, okay? It's unfortunate that, so y'all had, those ones who were involved had been involved as deeply as they were and were, doing the things that you were. That's unfortunate for you. But, it is just what it is. It's going to all come out. I remember even saying, like, this year is the year of exposure. Next year is another year like that. And I promise you, things that you would never imagine to come out is coming out, okay? And it's been doing it all over the place, not just in the sector, but everywhere across the world. We got in the church, everywhere. Niggas getting exposed left and right, okay? So, if there is something that you might want to get ahead of the game with, you might want to do that. You might want to start confessing your sins, right? You might want to start putting stuff out there and telling the truth about some things before it actually comes out. Because, had Kip had done that, perhaps this fall wouldn't be as hard as it is, right? But we know, he's a prideful person. And that's the reason why. And plus, he never thought that this would ever happen to him. So, it just is what it is. What's up? Oh, you dropped off? Okay, well, either way, I was actually about to end the show, but if you're going to hit the link, you can go ahead and hit it. I'll give you about a minute or so. But I'm definitely going to end the show because I wasn't planning on being up here that long. So I'll give you about a minute. But yeah, if you put out that kind of energy, if you put out negative energy to people and you do all the, the most and all this extra shit, that's just kind of what you get back. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
How you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions before you dropped off.
What's up?
This is probably my first time over here. Some hoodie had sent, so I kind of don't know a lot of people over here, but it's like hoodie good with me. I'm gonna support this channel. I'm not sure about the guy binary. I'm trying to find out like who he is. But the guy, what's his name? Conscious Energy and Shakim. Was they begging for a long time? Because I didn't saw these guys lately and they just like begging and shit. And I'm like, is that a normal thing for them?
So I don't like Shakim. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? So I'm probably not the person you want to talk to about Shakim because I might be very, very biased about him. Conscious Energy, yeah. But yeah, he asks for money all the time. Yes, he did.
Yeah, well, Shakim, I'm not really finding he's a younger guy than me, but he's supposed to come down on a music tour, I guess. So I'm gonna take him at his word. I live in Philadelphia, so he's supposed to come down here.
Yeah, I heard about you. I was talking about you the other day. But you said
because I'm known.
Go ahead.
I was just saying I'm known for not dropping my Addy. I show my Addy. And a lot of guys, because I'm not a troll, I don't play games, come down here, and that's the end of your YouTube
plenty
career.
Of us have done that. I'm in Delaware, so I'm not too far from you. I got a lot of people in my team from Philly. So
my sister lived in Bear. My sister lived in Bear.
I live in Bear too.
Yeah, see, that shit is too far. I don't like driving that far.
Yeah. And, see, y'all, I don't live in Philly. Those of y'all that thought I live in Philly, Bear is nowhere close to Philly. It's maybe about an hour away, about 45 minutes.
No, hour and a
half. About 45 minutes. I can there about 45 minutes.
It take a half an hour to get to Christiana Mall from Claymont, Delaware.
What?
It take about a half an hour to get to Christiana Mall.
If you taking the back roads, if you taking 95, you can get there in probably like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't like doing 95 too much. That should be crowded.
Right up the street from me, so yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna strip him. My nephew's gonna strip him down though if he do come down here. But that's not a big deal.
Right, well, listen, I don't really care. But either way, yeah. I'm just saying. I as far as Shakim, I don't like Shakim. So I'm probably gonna be very biased with him. But as far as Conscious Energy, I don't got no beef with Conscious Energy. But yeah, he do be asking for money.
Yeah, me either. But the begging is unreal though. You can't be like begging. Like you gotta go get a job or something, family. That's all I'm saying. But it's nice to meet you and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll come back. I'll support your channel too also. So do you be dropping your Cash App and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's TPRI43. TEEPRI.
Well, I ain't gonna remember that. So just you can drop it in the chat.
All right.
Yeah, you can do that. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, y'all. Well, listen, guys, I think we are out of here. I definitely do appreciate y'all for being in the building. Hold on, you said the numbers was dropping. I told him I was talking about him the other day. Shit. Hey, I'll be real, don't I? You said, did he introduce himself? No. You said, yes, LOL. You said, Miss Things? Nope. You said, I'm always surprised at people that don't know how to read the room, child. You said, a brother. You said, show come to a natural close. And here comes Mr. I don't know anything. Child. You said we need Ray Pack on the panel. Child. You said, okay, T-Pre, the numbers dropping. You said a brother of a certain age, not at the lounge. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate y'all for being in the building. Make sure y'all do hit the like button on the way out. And guys, I will talk to y'all later. Definitely appreciate the great combo. Ray Trace, definitely appreciate that. Raw, I appreciate you for being a member for as long as you have. And thank y'all for watching, guys. And peace, guys. Thank y'all.